we've got another breakthrough that Rick has set up that's going to be really fun. So we're going to have our USC postgame live, and we'd love to have all you guys come join us. We love the chat. We love the interaction. But Rick has set up something that is going to be just an absolute game changer for us. Rick, tell them the cool news.
Well, first off, Mark, thank you very much for letting this motley crew, host the USC postgame live show for a second consecutive year. Had a great time with Tim and Tony. We have some great chemistry out there. And one of the things we noticed, I don't know if anybody saw it, but you can go check the videos out, but we did it. The postgame show for Notre Dame was on fire. That was heavily viewed. I think we had over 6,000 views. And I'm leaving the stadium, and the security was threatening to kick me out. I had my camera on the stick, interacting with Tony and the fans, and security's like, "You're gonna go." And I said, "Hey, man, we haven't had this much fun in 20 years. You're gonna have to take me out of handcuffs." But and then
they were like, "That's a possibility."
Yeah, and when USC lost to Utah in the Pac-12 championship game, I walked back to the hotel. Through the hotel, I found a couple of Utah fans. I got them on camera. I thanked them. Congratulations. But the chemistry that Tony and I had that night, it dawned on me. And there was a suggestion by a USC football player that I'm trying to get on the show, and we're working on getting him on the show. And he said, "You know what you got to do this year? You got to do the away games live at Tustin Brewing." Because this player was a former player at USC and at Tustin High School here in Southern California. I said, "You know what? That's a great idea, but it'd be even better if you commit to doing a show." He said, "Done." I said, "Oh, okay, great." So I went to Tustin Brewing. I've had a few pints there since I've been living in Tustin for the last decade. From the LBC, moved to Tustin. And they said, "Yeah, we'd love to do it." So we are going to be doing 5 away games, the 5 away games that USC is playing live from Tustin Brewing. So Tony's going to be at his palatial estate in Florida. Tim may be joining me. If not, it'll be just me. But Tim might be there for if his schedule permits. But we are going to be able to attract more local Southern California Trojans to the Voice of College Football USC channel. That's what we are looking to do. We are going to have a player there for every game. The 5 away games, the first one starts September 23rd against ASU. We are playing the next week, September 30th, at Colorado with Neon Dion and his bag of at social media handles on the back of their jerseys, because nobody knows who they are. October 14th. 4:30 p.m. Pacific.
Very Big 12 behavior. Very Big 12 behavior.
7:30 Eastern on NBC against Notre Dame. That is going to be off the chain. October 28th, perhaps the last time USC goes up to Strawberry Canyon to play the Cal Bears. And then on November 11th, the epic conclusion to the 2023 USC championship, last championship of the Pac-12 road tour. Is going to go up to that truck stop in Eugene, Oregon to play the Ducks. So join us. It's going to be epic.
That is really cool. You guys have taken this whole outfit at the USC channel to another level, between what you two have contributed through just the guests you've brought in, the graphics displays, the ideas, the ingenuity. The USC channel is just first rate, folks. It's a good time. It's first rate in every way. And again, we've got multiple shows for you. Rick is starting to deliver his weekly take on USC football. Tell him a little bit about what you've started to deliver there, Rick.
Well, Mark, again, thank you for giving us our voice, allowing us to have our voice, as well as all the other teams that you have representing all your different channels. It's remarkable what you've done, what you've built, and it's an honor to represent your channel and USC in this medium. And I'm blessed because who would have ever thunk that USC and Stone Brewing, the preeminent West Coast craft beer brewer, would come up with announcing a beer last week. I mean, it's crazy. Perfect. And Greg Cook, a USC alum from 1987 and the founder of Stone Brewing, and they brewed what's called Stone IPA, which is the #1 West Coast IPA. It's the pioneer. For them to come out with a beer, and that's my background working for Sam Adams and New Belgium Fat Tire, it was an honor because I was alongside Greg Cook fighting the craft beer fight years ago against, and they wanted to kill craft brewing. And to see where it's come, and now they're in partnership with USC. It's a crazy moment. But what I'm doing is I'm doing a weekly video called Trojans Talk on Tap. The first episode dropped last week, about a week and a half ago, and it happened to be the Black Friday. My opinion of the 4 culpable parties that were responsible for the Pac-12's demise. This one dropped today, and it was a beer review. I had a comment. J-Rod 1980 in the comment section said, "Hey, from the first video, can you do a review of the new Fight On Pale Ale?" So that's what I did today. And I've got a video that's going to be dropping in the next couple of days, a bonus video, and it's going to compare the similarities between Pete Carroll's second year to Lincoln Riley's second year. Even though the coaches are completely different, obviously Pete Carroll is defensive-minded. He was not wanted at USC. He was failed in the NFL, the 4th choice, what have you. And then Lincoln Riley was like a godsend. Nobody thought he would come to USC, offensive-minded coach. But let's see, even though they're completely different, Pete Carroll had the media involved. He's an extrovert. Lincoln Riley's an introvert, doesn't really want the media there. Even though they're completely different, the second year is very similar. And we have a couple Trojans that are going to be coming on, former Trojans are going to be coming on the show. I'm not going to announce their names, but we're working on it right now. It's either going to be live or it'll be recorded content, but we're excited to be sharing that as well.
So again, everyone, it starts out every week on Sunday night with Trojan Conquest Live, and then Matt Zemek and I get together for USC Trojans Live on Monday night. You've got Rick's Trojan Talk on Tap. Did I get that correctly? Trojan Talk on Tap.
That's right.
You got it.
Too many shows to remember here for me, but appreciate that. And Rick, Tony, and Tim have made this USC venture extremely special, and again, first class out of these 3. And again, tonight we're highlighting more than anything the post-game show, which for USC gets started a week earlier than just about everybody else in college football with the date against San Jose State.
We're looking for, and it's on the Pac-12 network. So one of our last 2 games ever on the Pac-12 network. Thank the Lord.
And Tony does a remarkable job, as you know, this offseason at the high level, university level. And, one of the things that Tony's been working on is USC is still looking for an athletic director. And I think, Tony, you had a post today. And what are your thoughts on that?
So there's a lot, rumors are rampant. College AD, which is a website, it's sort of like a 247 message board site, news site almost, but like for athletic directors kind of stuff, has said that sort of the leading candidates they believe, or they've heard, or they know people that are interviewing are, we've heard UCLA's AD. We don't know if that's true or not. He's certainly been talked about a lot. He'd be great. We've heard about Desiree Reed-Francois from Missouri. We've heard about Illinois' AD, Pitt's AD, Heather Lyke, who's fantastic. Pat Chun at Washington State. Now, I'll tell you the one that I would love, and I don't know if she will do it or not, but Sandy Barbour, who's from Cal and Penn State, the great Penn State AD, has been with us for the past 4 months or so as kind of a temporary gravitas, sort of temporary AD. I would love nothing more than if she would stay, but I don't know if she will. And then the other one that people are talking about, and she just signed a contract extension, so I don't know if she would do it or not, is Jen Cohen from Washington. So it's looking like it could be one of them. It could be somebody out of the blue, but those are the names that everybody's talking about for USC AD.
All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for all that you do. It's again, you guys continue to exceed my expectations, even though they're extremely high at this point, because everything you guys touch is first rate, first class, and it is just an amazing addition to everything that we do here on our Voice of College Football Network. So, since Tony
thank you to you, Mark. I just want to say thank you to you for help giving us the chance, and thank you to the whole audience.
And since Tony did point out that the first game's on the Pac-12 network, it probably makes it even more crucial for everyone to show up for post-game to find out what actually happened.
Yes.
True.
So,
true.
Tony, you're amazing. Thank you for all that you do here
Mark.
for us. Rick, thank you so much for your contribution. You guys have been just loyal contributors and just amazing with, again, things that I would have never dreamt of to come up with. You guys have filled in the creative aspect of bolstering this channel for sure.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. Fight on.
Good to see you, Tony. Good to see you, Rick. All right. So it's apropos tonight that we would start our look at our post-game shows here at the Voice of College Football with one of those teams, one of the very few that will be playing on August 26th, week 0. So catch Tim, Tony, and Rick for USC post-game following the San Jose State game 1 week from tomorrow night.